feels weird. We're actually in front of the camera.
I don't like it. Not photogenic.
Oh, it's all good. Hey, welcome to the chat, or welcome to the video tonight, guys, or the stream. We're doing a little bit different tonight. We are in front of the camera.
Just hate it.
Yeah.
I just hate it. I like it on the side.
It's hilarious because like my job is to be up in front of a room.
Oh right, so you
like,
do a lot of
all day, every day. But it's still weird because like I know there's people out and
it's harder with a camera because it's like
there's no.
You don't have a like weird gaping mouth faces looking up at you.
I think I need to get a screen behind.
Yeah, that'd be like just a picture of a person.
Of people.
Picture of Manu just above.
Yeah.
Staring.
Yeah, Manu's not here tonight. Sorry, guys. So.
He's here in spirit, I think, isn't
Yeah, he is. He's going to be on the chat. So, big ups to Manu. So, as most of you know that if you've been following, we had our first New Zealand official tournament on the weekend, the Atono Cup, which was... Thanks, Jason. Which was awesome, the Atono Cup. So we were all playing for the bear, which was the Atono Cup trophy.
The massive bear trophy. You
Yeah.
gotta go look it up. There's some pictures all over the place.
Yeah, there's pictures on our Twitter accounts, there's pictures on our Facebook page. Big ups to Admiral JCJF because he is the one that came away with the bear, with the Atono.
Drag away the giant bear.
Yeah. Did you have to put that in the trailer, by the way? But yeah, big ups to Manu. So a heads up for everyone, for those of you that were there at the Atono Cup, and I don't weren't. Manu he's a rugby player. He plays rep rugby for probably one of the roughest divisions here in Auckland, and he's a big dude. He's a big Argentinian dude, but he's not. He's not big compared to some of the guys out there.
If you know rugby, it's like he's probably one of the runners, but he's runners are still big. Like everybody in rugby is big. There's no like American football where you got your tiny dudes and you got your big dudes. It's like everyone's kind of everyone's got a lot of muscles.
So he's a pretty tough guy, and so he had a big game on Saturday, and he actually took a shoulder to the mouth. And ended up getting rushed to A&E, accident and emergency. So he was actually in hospital until like 2 a.m. Sunday morning, and then he still rocked up for the Atono Cup.
We saw the messages in the tournament chat, and it's just like, hey guys, I've got a bit of a knock. I might not be there. It's like, oh no, Manu.
So yeah, big ups to Manu for showing up and going for it. So he's just resting tonight, which is fair enough. But yeah, he will be on the chat. So tonight, what we thought we'd do is break down what happened at the Atono Cup. The teams that me and James ran. So you've got the two Jameses, Knighthood and Janix, Cherry Bombs and Bad Wolves. We're going to sort of touch on our highlights from the tournament, what happened in the tournament, so what games we played, who our opponents were.
Yeah, maybe go over their teams as well a little bit. So we'll sort of get everybody in and their team comps a little bit, but probably the majority of our teams.
Yeah, exactly. Because we probably don't really want to get into like other people's compositions.
Because we don't know what their ideas of team comp are.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And we did have 2 relatively new people playing. So we had 6 people in the tournament, 4 of which who are fairly experienced.
Yes.
Myself, James, Manu, and Admiral JCGF, aka Jason. Yes, I know you're in there. And I know that the bear is looking great on your mantelpiece.
Saw a picture of it just next to the was it PlayStation or Xbox or something?
Something like that. Yeah, so he's
good.
loving it. You better hold on to that because next year Manu's coming for it, by the way. That completely threw me.
Well, anyway, we're talking about composition.
Composition.
So we'll talk a little bit about. We'll do a little bit about everyone else's, but like we said, we don't know what their idea was with putting it together, so we can't speak for them. But we can talk about what was in it and what that meant for us as well. So
because we did, we were saying we had two fairly new people. So Theo and who was running the Dire Capybaras.
Dire Capybaras,
which is such a great team name. I didn't even know what a capybara was, and then they were like,
really?
Yeah.
They're like the friendliest animals.
They're like a little rodent thing.
Yeah, they hang out with like everything. Like there's pictures of them just like sleeping with crocodiles, and the crocodiles are just like or alligators. I can't remember. But they just chill with all animals. They're the most placid. Anyway, sorry.
So and then Conrad's his dad,
Yep.
and he was running the mollusks. So Conrad, he's been in the chat before. He's quite vocal in the chat.
Yeah.
He gets in there.
He's our comedy relief.
Yeah. So you would have seen the mollusks at some point if you've been following us. So yeah, they've only had Conrad's had more games than Theo. But yeah, so and they don't have all the models, so they had fewer options in regards to what they wanted to use.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a handicap just from experience, but like they did go. They gave it their all.
Oh,
you definitely can tell. Like Theo won a game, I think, like, quite handily.
Yeah, well, Theo came second.
He came second.
Yeah, Theo came second.
He must have done really well.
Yeah.
In this game, then.
So there you go. The Dark Capybaras came second.
Yeah.
The Deepwater Dragons came first, and the Bad Wolves came third. Yes, after our pre-season of just getting hammered by the Thunderbolts and struggling mightily against the Cherry Bombs.
Struggling.
in some games. So it was good. And then we had awards for the best painted, and we had an award for the favourite team, and we had 2 spot prizes. We had a spot prize for the first blood of the tournament. And who took that out?
I wondered. I just rocked up with Luna and I got it in the first 5 minutes, I think. Like,
if that.
Yeah, I think it was my first activation with Luna, and it just I played it out. I used all the cards I could. And
I'm pretty sure I heard the sniper shot from the other end of the room. And the next thing is first frag.
Yeah, put the hands in the air. I was like, frag.
Yeah. So James walked away with the first spot prize. So thanks to Battle Kiwi, because that was
that was a fun mini competition between me and Manu.
Yeah.
I was trying to get the frag right because he was like, as soon as I put my hands in the air, he was just like, no.
Because he was trying to get Senior Massacre.
Right? Yeah, which is a handicap because you have to run Senior Massacre over to kill somebody with it. I mean, you can totally do it. It's just it takes more time where you can just go, boom, Luna, and you did.
And so we had another spot prize, which was the team to take the least frags throughout the entire tournament.
Yep.
So it was pretty much a spot prize at the start and a spot prize at the end.
So who took that one?
Oh, that was the Bad Wolves.
Tournament organizer getting the prize. Well, to be fair, your team comp is just. Well, we'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it soon. I only took 3 frags.
They're tanky.
3 frags over the tournament. Hey, Manu's here.
Hey, Manu.
So we'll talk about that in a bit more. But I was pretty stoked because.
Well, it's just going to show that your theme that you went with worked exactly as you wanted it to.
Exactly. And again, when we get into team composition and thoughts behind it, that'll become a bit more obvious because I think if...
I guess that's how the spot prizes work. Like, it's just show it, because that was my team style is exactly what I wanted it to be. It was the first blood.
Yeah. Hit hard and fast.
Yeah, and then whereas yours, but I guess, again, we'll go into it.
Yeah. And so so like we said, we had best painted and the favorite team of the tournament. And so best painted was was a tie between the Cherry Bombs and the Thunderbolts. So as the TO, I was like, I'm not going to make a tiebreaker for this because I know both teams have worked really, really hard on their teams. As you can see, James has got his fully painted here. And Manu the same. Like Manu, even though he was concussed, he was still because I rocked up to pick him up to take him to the tournament.
Was he still painting?
And he was still trying to put stuff on.
Good stuff.
Hey Hexa.
Hello. How you doing?
So big ups to you guys. Like you really committed to it, and so they both walked away with some prizes for best painted. And then the favourite team. The favourite team was also the team that came first.
Well, I think it's a combination of the team and the player. Like
exactly.
Well, I'll get into the game later, but I had a game with Jason and it was my
favorite.
You
enjoyed playing Jason?
Yeah. Well, mainly because I did really well. We'll get into that later. But it's also, I think, it was my most enjoyable game I've played so far of Aristeia.
What, you didn't enjoy King the Hill?
Not really, no.
What? We'll get into that.
We'll talk about that. I didn't enjoy playing. It's not that I don't enjoy playing you. It's just the team.
It was pretty painful. I felt pretty filthy.
Yeah, it hurt.
I probably should have had a shower after that. Anyway, who enjoys playing me? Well, Jason, your wife. That's probably the safest thing. Oh, that could go sideways there. Well, she does play Aristeia with him. That's how he's so good.
No, I know, but like, does she enjoy playing with?
I don't know.
Are you nice to your wife, Jason?
Do you let her win some of your games?
Or like, does she give it back to you as good as you give it? I don't know. We don't know. Your Aristeia relationship thing. Anyway,
so let's get into it. So the way that the tournament was broken down, was we had 3 rounds. So we had the first scenario was Assault, the second scenario was King of the Hill, and the third scenario was Carnage. So they were the reason that as the TO I chose those 3 scenarios was because it was the very first tournament for NZ. I wanted it to be 3 games that everyone could sort of pick up and have a go, and just being conscious of the fact that I knew that we were going to have 2 or more fairly new players. I wanted them to be able to come and play some games where they were going to be fun, and they weren't going to have to get too bogged down with complex rules, because as you guys know that are playing the game quite a bit, some of the scenarios you can look at them and go, what the what do I have to do in this?
And it was nice just seeing that you chose like two of them were straight out of the book.
Yeah. So
they're ones, if you've played the core box, you'll find them immediately. And I think Assault was the first one. Yeah. Which is the first one you should play when you play Aristeia.
Yeah.
So that you can definitely see.
Yeah. And Carnage is kind of just a step up from there.
Yeah, it's pretty similar, so it's not too. None of them are really that complex.
You're taking Assault and then you're just adding kill as many people as you can. Yeah. Right? Good point, Chase. Yeah, human target would have been mental. But to be honest, you could almost have a tournament just done on like just human target because you get so much variety in that one scenario. Anyway, so those were the three scenarios. So in the very first game for me, I played Assault against the Deepwater Dragons, which I was shitting myself about because Jason is a really good player, and he has a very similar team composition to me. Yeah. So as you can see, like with my team, I've got Max, Murtier, Cosmo, and Parvati. So my preseason, and for those that have been following, these were my 3 core, and I was sort of switching around my 4th, and I settled on Parvati because she's just uber versatile. She's got some range damage that she can throw out. She can remove any status effects on my team, which throughout the preseason was a real pain. And one of her tactics cards, which I used a lot, was the +3 initiative at the start of an activation.
Yep.
Huge, especially when you've got a fairly low initiative team like mine. So my total initiative's pretty low. What is it? We've got.
It's like the lowest. The lowest in the league.
7, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's always been the lowest.
Probably the lowest.
And
go, really.
Mainly down to Murtier, but I love Murtier, so he's pretty much always going to be in the team. Pretty much always. So I went with these guys, and Jason's team, which I've got right here, he also has Max, but he's got Valkyrie, ouch, and Padre Mendoza, ouch, and ouch.
So it's the Pano.
He is.
He prides himself on being a pure Pano player.
So the 2 teams are very, very similar. So his is fairly tanky, with some damage output, whereas mine's quite tanky with a little bit of damage output, so I can soak up a lot.
It's similar, but it's like a little bit variation back in the different ways.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's a really interesting matchup.
So in Assault, because neither of our teams are that mobile, apart from obviously Dart and Valkyrie on the Deepwater Dragons, I've got Myrtir and Parvati, who are both quite mobile as well.
Yeah.
And then when you add Cosmo into the mix when he's doing his meteoric charge, I've got 3, even though they don't look.
They don't look it, but they're actually they're quite fast.
They're quite fast, and especially when you're starting to throw attacks at my team, then Max is like, oh cool, thanks for attacking my team.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna walk again, and I'm gonna walk again.
With Myrtir, you don't really. I never think of him as a runner, but he really is. He really is just a scorer, but with some violent streaks to him,
Oh, and he runs up to a wall and he's like, oh, there's someone on the other side. Jump! No. So
he has a card where he can immediately charge to somebody as well, or something.
Oh yeah.
Hunt. Yeah, so he's got hunting
track prey or something.
Yeah.
Which you get one of my favourite cards. I'll make you bleed, and then I'm just gonna get Myrtir to just come and tear your face off. It's great. So in the first game, it was very backwards and forwards. At the end, the score was 6-5. So every other time I've played Jason, and you know this, Jason, I feel like you've just smashed me. And at the end of that game, where I could see that you were like, crap, I might not have this. It felt really good. But then you managed to pull. I can't actually quite remember exactly what it was you did in the end. But you pulled a really nice move, and you just managed to secure the win. I'm pretty sure you just locked down. Oh, that's right. You froze Maximus with Valkyrie.
Oh, really? That's quite a good move. Because he's already slow, but if you just keep him.
Yeah, and that was like my last gamble.
Does that work against his displacing, or can he still displace?
He wasn't attacking me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he just froze him, and then I really couldn't go anywhere else. So he managed to secure it. So it was 6-5. He only got 1 frag. Boom. I got 3. Haha, moral victory to me. But no, it was a really good game. It was really enjoyable. You drop Frostbite and immobilize Max, and it always breaks my heart when people do that to Max, because he's slow enough as it is, and then you just stop them altogether. But it was such a good game. It was so enjoyable to kick off the tournament for me. And for you were going up against the Capybaras.
So I was against Theo. He's played a few games, not a lot of games.
I think he played 4, maybe 5 games
four or five
before
games.
the tournament started.
So it wasn't he knew how to play, but it was sort of also we sort of ran through it carefully, and I kind of got a lot of really good luck against him, which made me feel really bad because I didn't want to be mean.
Did you rig your dice?
No. If I did, you wouldn't have won.
True. This is true.
But so we played a pretty good game. He was playing with Valkyrie, Hannibal. There we go. Valkyrie, Hannibal, Oberon, and Luna.
Yeah.
So we had set a sniper off, but I managed to keep his Luna down. I think I got his Luna down. Kept Hannibal. Hannibal was the main thing.
Who was the one that killed first up? Who did you know? Straight away.
Hannibal was first immediately, because Hannibal is kind of that guy you want to keep down, because he kind of just makes everyone stronger just from his presence.
Yeah.
And then it was Oberon.
I almost agree with that, by the way, Mono. The smartest manager in NZ. Great deck management.
Yeah, he definitely knew his team comp, which is really cool to see.
I think
he had a plan in mind with his team, which is it's quite good for. He's only played 4 games, so he's already picked up.
He's an Oberon. And that's easy.
Tricky. Oberon's a tricky character to play. So I think he used him well. He used it. He had plenty of cards in his hand using Oberon's skills. He stopped a couple of things for me that I couldn't do, which made it really difficult.
Maybe he's going to take out the bear next year.
Well, if he gets more games in, he's going to be a tough competitor, because he'll have that experience as well, which is immensely useful when you play these tournaments.
And he came second.
Yeah, he came second. 4 games. It came second.
So that's impressive. Sorry, sir.
Oh yeah. So just pretty standard game. It was mainly Luna's game. Gata got a kill, I think. Yep, Gata got a kill. I couldn't tell you who that was. I think it was Oberon, because Oberon's like the only one who's probably weak to a
Gata.
Yeah, to a handgun.
She's my pet peeve.
Well,
not as bad as Hexa. Like Hexa, you're cool, but you're a pain in the ass.
And other than that, Prism did her thing. Prism actually had a kill as well. I couldn't tell you who that was. I should have wrote that down. But Prism kept. Valkyrie actually. I think she took down Valkyrie.
What?
In a face-off, which was pretty cool.
Nice.
But other than that, it's like a standard game. Nothing really stood out, but like it was just felt dirty because I was rolling a lot of good dice with Luna, and I got multiple crits with her, and it's just like, I feel a little bad.
But it has inspired you to get the medal Luna.
Yeah, like I want to get the next or get the Infinity Luna. Just something a little bit more detailed because I like the Luna model, but I want to go out, take a step up to the next one.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I love the pose too. The pose is just like, intimidating. But that was.
And what was the score?
So I managed to pull off 7 victory points to his 1. And I got 5 frags, but he managed to get 3 frags on me. So doing pretty well. Like
nice.
He didn't just take it lying down. He definitely gave it back to me as I gave it to him.
And Hannibal got 2 of his frags.
Yeah, Hannibal definitely
Luna only got
smacked her around, and I think it was into Prism and Lakshmi. I think he took down.
Ouch!
If I can remember correctly.
Painful.
But yeah, no, it wasn't easy. He definitely
made you work for it.
Smacking me around. And I think it was mainly because I had Gata. I was able to just run around and score a lot as well. So that just made it difficult because he didn't have the mobility to keep up.
Yeah, I was actually listening to Into the Hexadome. It's a new podcast. Well, he used to do Guild Ball. Well, I think he still does, but he started a podcast called Into the Hexadome, and he actually talks. It just came out. I think it was last week, and I was listening to it the other day. And one of the guys, you have to forgive me if you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube. Sorry, but one of the guys was talking about how he was like, Gata should be in every team.
I'd say nearly
every team.
What you're doing, but she does have a place in every team. Like she could have a place in every team. There are things that it's harder to do with her, like playing her offensively is something I learned this tournament. Yeah. And I got a good use out of her just because I played 2 really defensive teams, so I had a hard time using her defensively. Yeah. But offensively, I found a lot of I got a lot out of her.
I'm looking forward to for you talking to us about your last game against Jason where you used Go, because it was some interesting stuff that
was a model. That was my best game with Gata as an offensive player. That's probably a model game for her as an offensive use.
We'll get there soon.
We'll get there.
Because
this is cool. It was really cool.
After our game, we had a little chat.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh shit.
It helped. I think it helped.
This could be nasty. So in the second game, we played King of the Hill, and we actually found ourselves playing off against each other.
Yeah, so we were playing together against each other in the second round.
Yeah,
and that was probably the biggest. I don't know what's the word for it? The biggest difference in team comp for the gameplay style. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at my team, you look at cherry bombs.
For King of the Hill, it's all in the center. Just to refresh, it's all you stay in the center for the whole game, and you score through that, and you get points if you kill people in the center. Yeah. Basically, it was my team versus a team who's pretty much indestructible, and they also do really well next to each other. They feed off of each other next to each other. So it was kind of like, the impenetrable fortress against this group of troops. You couldn't really do much. The one thing I know I messed up on though was Parvati was sort of lurking in the back, and I didn't spend enough time going after her with Gata. I managed to get her in the end and like start blinding her with Gata and playing her more offensively, which is what helped me later on. Like I really learned from that to play more offensively with Gata. But it's just like between Maximus able to tank other people's damage, like I was sitting there shooting Mortier with Luna. I think I nearly killed him, and then he just like no, Max is going to take this damage. Cosmo dropped smoke in the second. Yeah, by the second turn, he had smoke everywhere all the time. So like, pretty much put smoke around the edges, and Luna just didn't have the movement to like walk around it or anything. And if she walked in, she doesn't have the range to do anything. So like pretty much made her impotent. Yeah,
I felt horribly filthy.
Yeah, it was,
because
it's a case of just like the perfect time, perfect comp for it. And it's a perfect counter to my team as well, which is, it's going to happen. It's not to say like, it's not to say you went out of your way to like specifically do that to like make a team and screw me over. It's just like, it came that way, and it's like, it's only so much you can do. But there was things I could have done a little bit better, but just couldn't pull it off as well. But that's how it goes.
And it went pretty fast.
Yeah, and it went fast, so it's like
which was
like
good.
Torturous. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like we got to the end of the third round.
Yeah.
The score was again brutal.
Quite big. Yeah.
So I think this is what kind of thanks James, you kind of saved my ass in the tournament. Because I got like 10 VPs.
Yeah, you got 10, I got 0.
Yeah.
You got 2 frags with, I think it was me throwing Prism in with like desperation.
Trying to move me out.
Trying to get you out or like do something or like try and kill, it was either Cosmo or Mortier.
It was Mortier,
and I just couldn't because he kept tanking, and also I think he got some heals off with Pravati.
Oh yeah, and Max was, so pretty much Max was dead in the centre. And I had Mortier off to the side here, and then I had Cosmo off to the side here.
Yeah.
And so Cosmo was just like popping smoke on my guys the whole time. And so pretty much forcing him to, the only way he could get rid of my guys was to come into melee. And so the first person I had to engage with was Mortier. And because Max was in the middle, it was just absorbing the damage.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, couldn't quite pull it off.
It was
I could have maybe like run in with the contenders, but I don't think that would have really do anything.
No, not with one shot.
No, not against like Max and tanking everything.
And it was pretty brutal.
A little bit too difficult for my team comp. So that's something I'll probably think about next time, is like building a team that's all comers that might be able to deal with having to be more up close. So that's what I kind of took away from it. Was it's a little hard in this situation, although the teams, the competition system kind of makes up for it. Like you don't, if you get these games where you just can't do much, you're not done. You're not done for the whole day. Like you still have a good chance of getting in there and getting some more points other places. So that's something I learned as well. Is like don't give up if you have a really bad game in a tournament. If the system's good, which is most systems are for tournaments. You don't get completely punished for having playing your team the way it's supposed to play,
And because we were playing the Corano mod as well, if you hadn't already picked up on that. You only had the 4.
So we only have 4. You only get to choose the 4 for the whole tournament. So was it usually without the Corano mod you can have a team of 8 and pick 4 from that 8. So might have been helpful. It
had its own challenge in that, right? Because you pretty much had to go into the tournament knowing you've got those 3 scenarios, and you've got to have a team that is going to be able to sort of tackle all of them to some degree.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think, yet again, unfortunately, you got paired up against me for King of the Hill, because I think if you'd gone up against, for example, Theo,
I think
King of the Hill, it would have been a completely different story.
I think, again, with the team comps, and depending on the gameplay, I think Theo would have had a hard time just because he has that sort of low health team, and with Luna, she can tear through, 2 to 3 health people. So it's interesting. It just shows you how team comp is quite important. And it's harder. It's not easy making a team. You got to think about all this stuff and do you go hard into one theme? Do you go hard into buffing, or do you go hard into defense? What does that mean? You know, what's your weakness? Like weakness would be for you maybe like if you split up, you're having a hard time maybe. Like I saw that with Jason, my game with Jason. We'll talk about that a bit. It's like you see the gameplay can make a difference.
Yeah, it's definitely
the play mode, or what's it called?
Yeah, what
the game
the game dynamics.
Yeah, like.
Well, I think as well because there's a lot of different schools of thought.
The scenario makes a difference. What
scenario
you're playing makes a difference with that team comp. So like, Jason had to move around more, so I think that made it more difficult for him, just because like Max isn't good at that. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
It makes him weaker.
And there's a lot of different schools of thought in regards to team composition and like breaking it down and having a balanced team, for example. And I think for me, after playing the Corona mod in the preseason, I think when you play with characters that you really enjoy, and you get a feel for the intricacies and the subtleties,
definitely.
Because yet again, like, so I've got two mobile players, two fairly semi, but then when you start being a bit more onto it in regards to what they're doing, it can become a fairly mobile team.
Yeah.
But it's like a brick wall.
Oh yeah, totally.
Whereas your team's super fast. I couldn't use that. But yet again, it's my play style.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
because like my team is everybody's over 4 movement.
Yeah.
Guts 5. Like even my tank Prism, she's 4 movement.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much where their strength lies, is they're quick. So their main weakness is like they're all very low HP.
Yeah.
Prism's probably the lowest. Is she the lowest HP tank? Cosmo's similar. But they're tanks, but they're not quite tanks. You know, like they do tank, but they can't tank forever. They can't just sit there with Max and like absorb all the damage unless you have like a really good Musashi's on. You know, like like Prism can last a good 3 turns if you're doing well. Maybe 4.
What if there's gonna be another healer that comes out?
That'd be really cool. I think that's something I'd like to see more of is healers that do a little bit more different stuff. You know?
Yeah, because really at the moment the only healers we have is really Mendoza and Pavati.
Yeah.
But Pavati, I know everyone sort of like drops her in the category of like healer, but it's like, dude, she does 1 point of healing. So she's not really I wouldn't
It's
call her
really useful though, like because she's able to take away status effects as well, and also it's only like 2 energy for removing one
energy for healing, 2 energy for removing a status.
Yeah, so her healing is really good just because it's only the 1 energy.
She's like a cleanser.
Yeah, her reset's a little bit expensive, especially because I have Lakshmi in my team and she has the same thing for 1 energy.
Yeah.
So there's better people who do state removal, especially because like you can do it with Purge 90, 92, and also the buffs let you take off a thing as well.
Yeah.
But I think Provider's a better healer because Lakshmi can't heal, so.
Yeah, and I guess technically like she's got 5 energy.
Yeah.
And if she's sitting right there, she can heal 5 times.
And she's super fast. She's 5 movement.
Oh yeah.
And she has a really good damage output. There's no red, but there's still two oranges and a yellow. It's really high.
Yeah. And it switched, +2 initiative.
Yeah. And I guess her only weakness though is an offensive Gato, which is what I managed to do later on and too late in the game to really make a difference. But Gato was able to keep her blind and chase her away pretty much from the center.
Yeah.
But it just didn't really make a difference.
In the first game, I activated her first against Jason, and Jason activated Valkyrie first, I believe, if I'm not right. And I'm pretty sure it was Valkyrie. Jason, if I'm wrong, just jump in the chat and tell me. Yeah, she jumped up and Valkyrie was right there in the middle, and Valkyrie owned it. I mean, no, Parvati owned Valkyrie.
Yeah, that's something I learned as well as like people you think are really tanky. If you use the right person against them, it's amazing what you can do.
I was stoked. I was just like, yeah. Because I haven't used Parvati in like months. But
yeah, because we haven't seen. If you've been watching our stream, I don't think you've seen Parvati in any form, really.
No, not in the preseason at all.
No.
So the last couple of games in the preseason, I tried out Shona Carano, because she's so cool.
Yeah,
She's so cool.
Coolest model like in the last few expansions.
And she's based off the MMA fighter. What's her name?
Oh, really? What's her face? Who's in WWE?
Yeah, something correct.
It's. I wanted to say WWF, but that's been
anyway,
on for a long time.
So I've got the biggest crush on her because she's like badass chick. She's super hot. Anyway, yeah, Gina Carano. Thank you.
Gina Carano. Okay, I was thinking of.
Thank you, Manu.
I was thinking the other one.
So I'm kind of like, can I have like Gina Carano on my team? The Claymore.
Yeah, with the Claymore, like that's the bonus too.
Like, how cool is that, right?
Was it a 2-space reach? Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So, Anyway,
sorry, we're going off into
because Carano. Parvati was, she was just super helpful. So, to be honest, like I think throughout the tournament, I think Parvati was probably one of my. I was really happy with the whole team.
Yeah.
But Parvati really, really shone, and I think this core four. I think moving forward really reflect my play style, and so I'm definitely going to lock that in, and then I have to start thinking about what's the next four to come in, because in the regular season, which we kick off next month, we're playing the Corey Queen mod, so we get a full team of 8, but there's going to be bans.
Yeah. So who would you say for the second game was your favorite? I want to say, what about Max? Because I feel like he was the cornerstone for your
He's always
center,
the cornerstone.
Defense.
I got to say Max and Cosmo because.
True. Because
Cosmo's smoke.
Yeah.
And he
managed.
The little bit of damage he was throwing out every now and then was really, really handy, but just that smoke just shut Luna down.
Super good. He managed 4 in one turn. He rolled a bunch of switches, and I think he just was one of these edges, but he managed to just go all across the edge where Luna was just sort of over here and just couldn't.
Hey, Jakarta 81.
Oh, hello.
Kia ora from NZ. So I'd have to say Max and Cosmo in that second game.
Yeah.
I couldn't pick one. And in the first game against Jason.
Yeah.
Probably Parvati.
Okay.
Because she was just ducking around everywhere and helped keep Jason's team on its toes. In King of the Hill, you've got to ban Max, right? No, Jason, don't say that. That is, come on, man.
Yes, you do, all the time.
Parvati in the first game because she kept Jason on his toes. Yeah. And she was just able to dart around.
Yeah, I think.
And get into the scoring zones.
I think I could see her being really useful. Yeah. Against another defensive team, being that difference between you two. Yeah. Of the the mobility and the.
Yeah, because he had dart as a counter to my Parvati pretty much, but dart's a chicken shit. Whereas Parvati's a robot.
And she gets in there. She gets in down and dirty.
Yeah, she gets into it. She doesn't hide in the shadows. So that would be my the highlights. And then for the last game, I played against Conrad and the mollusks, and that was that was Assault. That was that was a pretty awesome game again. It was very backwards and forwards. Conrad really freaked me out to start with because he came out really strong and he nailed.
He's good with the psychological warfare. He psychs you out. He's you can't predict him.
He nailed my Murtier.
Yeah.
I think twice.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he nailed Murtier twice. So he got 2 frags against me. So big ups to Conrad. You got the most frags against me for the tournament. 2 of the 3.
Well, he sounds like he's done his homework. He knew to go for Mortier. Who's a bit easier to kill.
Compared to everyone else on the team, Mortier is which he's got the crappiest defense.
Like Provider can heal herself, so she's harder than she looks to kill.
And she's got a green and blue.
Yep. Like so she's really high defense
pretty
too.
Good.
Yeah.
Whereas Murtier's a black and
a blue.
Granted, he's got 5 hit points, but he's got a black and a blue. And against someone like Musashi, it's just slice and dice. And pretty much it was Wolf Sushi, I think in the first or second turn. And then when he came back, I think he did it again.
And was he away from Max as well, like on the board? Like too far away from Max?
Yes, I believe so.
Because that probably would make it harder for him to stay on the board.
It was tough. And then, but once I got Murtier off the table, that's when I managed to get a couple of frags back. So against the Mollusks, I managed to end it on 9-6 in the final 2 rounds. I managed to pump it up. So I pretty much killed his.
What was his team comp?
It was Max, Luna, Musashi, and Hexa.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure I killed Luna like 3 times.
Yeah, she's not super tank. Like she has a green and a blue, but she's 3 health, so she's not really
frags.
She's not really there to defend, you know.
And Cosmo. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure Murtier killed Luna twice.
Ooh.
And I'm pretty sure Cosmo killed. I think Cosmo might have actually killed Musashi. Yes, he did. It was Musashi. He killed Musashi, which makes me very happy because
was it through the getting fires off, or just straight up smashing into him?
I think there was a bit of both.
A bit of both. Okay.
I think there was a bit of both, if I can recall. But yeah, so that was it was a really good game. So big ups to Conrad yet again because
4 games or something, 5 games.
Yeah, he'd only had maybe 5 games.
Yeah.
Come in and he tried a different team, and it was it's a pretty cool combination. You got Max, Luna, Musashi, and Hexa. So you got the best tank in the game, hands down. Prove me wrong. Luna and Musashi, who together are just insane DPS. And then you got Hexa, who is the queen of the Hexadome.
Yeah.
She's just gonna move everyone around. She's
great.
Awesome.
I guess I could see having Hexer in it's called Carnage, right? Scenario.
Yeah.
Having Hexer in Carnage might be difficult. She's the queen of control. King of the Hill, she'd be a champion, I'm sure. But Carnage is probably harder just because she doesn't really have any DPS or offensive abilities. It's more about moving people around, so it's
so in that scenario
probably made it really difficult for him as well.
Yeah, he was relying on Luna and Musashi to do all the damage.
Yeah.
And the fact that Luna got removed twice.
Yeah, made it really difficult.
That was really, really hard. And then managing to get Musashi off the table as well. That saved my ass. So at the end of the tournament, I had 2 wins, and one loss. And so I was pretty chuffed. Yeah. Your last game, you were going up against Jason.
Yeah, so I was against Jason. His team is similar but different to James's one. But it's different in a huge way. He was using Valkyrie. He had Dart. He had his Max. And he had Mendoza. I guess it was pretty even for a long time, and I think it was mainly I could definitely see Jason doing he'll be the first to tell you, but I could see him doing things that I know he wouldn't do normally, and I think that's just a case of tournament long form. Yeah,
fatigue.
You get fatigue, you start feeling real tired, and I can totally understand it.
And he'd had two tough games.
2 tough games. And if you're playing a lot of tough games, I had a nice break in the second one just because we went so quick.
Yeah.
So I was able to just relax, and that probably gave me a slight advantage for less fatigue.
Because his second game, Jason's second game was against Manu.
Yeah.
And so to be honest, Manu, is probably one of the top players.
Manu plays so smart. It's every time you play Manu, you have to.
Yeah.
You can't outsmart him. You have to just power through it.
And I think everyone was really fortunate that he'd had that knock to the head the day before.
Yeah, after
not to like, make excuses, but
yeah,
he was definitely not on his usual form.
He hadn't gotten proper sleep either, because I know he had to go to bed pretty late.
It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things. Tournaments have a lot of factors,
But yeah, so Jason had to go against me first up, which was a really tough game.
Tough game because very
similar teams.
Movable object meets unstoppable force. Boom boom. Manu just mental fatigue with Manu. That's the big thing.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Like Manu would have mentally worn.
Yeah, he's a big tactical player, so I always feel really tired of playing Manu.
Oh yeah,
it's just like I had to think.
At the end of any of our streams where we're playing Manu, even just watching where Manu's playing, and I'm like trying to keep up with what he's doing and what he's thinking. Like I go to bed that night and I'm just like out. Like, and for those of you that have engaged with him on the forums, you know that he's
a smart guy.
He analyzes everything really, really well. He's just said he's training for the next Atonement Cup already.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he's already got the game, the championship winning plays down in his book.
Yeah, it's going to be painful, and I'm terrified of. Everyone in the tournament was heaps of fun, but Theo, I didn't have to play him.
Theo, the potential, potential of Theo is very high, just because he's only played 4 games, already doing pretty well, already has a really good understanding of team comp. It'll be really interesting to see if he comes back next year that he'll have more under his belt.
Yeah.
Manu at his best will be really interesting to see. Best having a good sleep, having not having to worry about painting and stuff like that beforehand.
Yeah.
When he's at his best,
not taking the shoulder to the mouth.
Crazy, I think next year.
I'm pretty sure I'm just going to lose next year.
just walk up and just
I'll organise it.
Throw a white flag on the thing. I'm done.
I'll organise it. Make sure that everyone has a good time, and then I'll just sit back and I'll film the whole thing, right?
But yeah, so playing against Jason. There's definitely some fatigue there, but I managed to pull off a lot of things really well that I probably shouldn't have. I managed to, from taking away from our game, I managed to use Gata much more effectively than I probably would have, just having learned to use it better, and just hounded the heck out of Dart. Just immediately ran to Dart, kept her on her, kept dazzling her so she couldn't shoot. I think he only got maybe a couple of shots, a couple of activations worth of shots out of the 5, but I think about three activations she couldn't really do much.
Which is awesome. You shut her
down as a sniper. So she was basically relegated to keeping a point, which we basically tied for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
I think, where did we go? Victory points. So we had the center, and then we had so the center one, I think Jason got first. The next one off to the side, I managed to pull off myself. No, sorry. I didn't actually get any scoring points. But Jason got 1 scoring point from the center. We both got a bunch of kills. And then at the end,
Jesus, you guys did.
What really finished the game was we had Gata and Dart just hanging out away from everyone else, and it was a case of me following around Dart with Gata, just around me, just playing musical chairs, and I decided to end it and try and kill off Dart with a contender.
Yeah.
But we double KO'd each other. He added an extra dice, I think, to defense, and managed to kill me as I killed him. So we both, he was ahead by 1 for having scored the point.
Yeah.
So he won through our. Well, no, sorry.
No, it was
we were tied.
It was a draw. It was 8-all.
Yeah, no, it was tied because we had to go into frags. So he managed to get more kills using Doza. I think got the.
He's got 2 kills from Valkyrie, 1 kill from Mendoza, and 2 kills from Dart.
So he kept Luna pretty hard down.
Yeah.
I had to move. I think he killed Luna twice because I had her here. She got a few kills on Mendoza. I think I killed Valkyrie at least once. Who else did I kill? But yeah, it was interesting. I was just like, there's a lot of moving around for him, so I think that made it more difficult. He would have had a cleaner game had I not been more spread out.
Yeah.
So
you pretty much managed to get his team to come away. So I remember I've seen a photo that Jason put up on Facebook, and Max is like stranded in the middle of the table.
So I think the problem was like Max, like that was a thing as well. Jason had a hard time figuring out what to do with Max, like as we were all spread out. So Max was sort of wandering around for a while in the center, and Mendoza was too far away to do a lot of healing.
Yeah.
And Luna was able to shoot him as he was too far away. And Valkyrie, she got 2 kills and then was kind of like stuck in my home zone with Prism. And Prism just kept, keeping her in place. So that kind of made it difficult as well, I think.
That's a nasty duel, Prism and Valkyrie.
Yeah, like I think Prism is good at tanking what Valkyrie can give out quite well. Yeah. So we just sat there and really didn't get much out of that for a while. And it was sort of Luna getting bullied a little while. And I think Lakshmi got bullied a little bit, but Lakshmi did a really good job of just like keeping debuffs on everybody and keeping buffs as best she could until we were all too spread out to really do anything. But it was a really good game. Like it was really close. I could see both teams doing what they were built for immensely well. Yeah. And the fact it came down to a double KO is very funny to me. I think like it's just hilarious. Like there's 2 people on the scoring zone and they're both dead, so the scoring zone didn't even matter in the at the end of it. It's all about the kills. Yeah. But that was pretty much it. It's just good game.
Yeah.
The better man won just like out of pure bullying Luna, I think. And I think if I had to play him again, I'd probably have a harder time just because it's.
So with your team composition now, do you feel like that's going to be your core 4 rolling into the...
No.
Your core 4 is going to change up a bit?
Totally. Absolute total change. I talked to Jason and Manu about Fiddler. I'm obsessed with Fiddler. I want to make her my core of my team. And we've already got a really interesting comp just from asking those 2, and they recommend Mendoza. Fiddler as your core. Yeah. Mendoza, because of his heals and his fire. Yeah. So between him putting out fire and Fiddler, she can detonate fire for immediate damage. Yeah. It'll be crazy. He'll be able to heal her, and I think, do the turrets have more than 1 health? I don't know. I think I got 1. Okay. So you can't really heal health turrets, but that's fine. But that'll keep him up, and he'll be good for the whole team. Possibly Cosmo, because of his speed. He puts out fire as well, which can be detonated.
And smoke.
And smoke, which is really good because you can control what's being shot at. So like you can make sure you're shooting, but you're not getting shot at, like with your turrets. Yeah. And what was the last one? The last one was Hannibal, just for the extra activations for Fiddlers.
It sounds like a filthy,
it sounds awful, and it's amazing, and I want to try it really bad to see if it's good before I make it my core team. But it's a team I really want to try just because everything about Fiddler is amazing.
Nice.
I love her, and she's my daughter, and I'm going to protect her.
You heard it here. Fiddler is the daughter of the cherry bombs.
Yes, because she's the daughter of the nomads. But cast aside by the disgusting. Ariadna, because they're dumb 20th century mind, 21st century mindset.
There's no Scotsman watching it, or Galwegians, or
There's futuristic Scotsmen who probably have better, they're better than the Ariadna, weird dudes. Is he Anna? Is he? Or is
he's Ariadna.
He is Ariadna.
Yeah. Yes, I've got a bastard team, so I've got like Pano,
you're a bit of everything.
Eugene and Ariadna. It's a Pano franchise.
It's a franchise, but not quite a Pano.
But it's not a Pano team. And to be honest, I don't think it'll ever be a pure Pano team.
What would you is that going to be a team you'd stay with? Or are you going to add in stuff?
So as it expands out,
like what would be your 8-man team?
Well, so I've considered the next two. So the next two is going to be Bill will be coming back in.
Oh, okay.
Because I miss Bill.
He's super good.
So good. And Oberon.
Yeah.
Is going to be joining the team.
Control in there.
Partly, so there's two things going on here, right? I'm a thematic player.
Yes. Yeah. Same. I agree with that. Like that's my team is the girls' team. It's just that's why what I like to build. It's a fun theme for me. It's like what can I do with all female teams? So it'd be interesting to see.
So because I'm a left player in Infinity. Well, I'm not a left player. I'm a Steel Phalanx player. But I've always been intrigued by the O12.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And I like Pano kinda. Pano's cool, Jason. Kinda. A contest.
So what you're saying is they're not authoritarian enough for you. That's why you stick with ALF.
Are you trying to say Aleph or authoritarian? We're your friends. We just want to make the world a better place.
Are they though? Are you though?
So the theme sort of behind it is I'm kind of like they're kind of like the bastard team of like the sort of rogue elements, I guess, from different factions. So that's why that's one of the reasons I love the alternate skins, because I kind of feel like they're a bit more off the beaten track than like the standard.
Yeah, I sort of
skins.
Like I've noticed sort of like you're kind of going for like a medieval or like a knight's theme, like.
Oh yeah, because he'll be getting
medieval Cosmo, right?
Yeah. Full Metal Cosmo is on the way. Sorry, Cosmo, I do love you.
So we'll see more of a fantasy, like. You got your steampunk, you got your
my gladiator.
Your gladiator, you'll have your knight, you'll have your like
my werewolf.
Yeah.
Corvus Belli, anyone from the team, if you're watching, a medieval fantasy version of Murta, that'd be badass. You should do it like tomorrow. I'll buy it. I'm
feral Mortier.
He's already pretty feral. I mean, he does have great hair. But yeah, so that's kind of the thing. And like Wild Bill, he's also kind of like that rogue element. Like, to be honest, like, is he Ariadne?
Yeah.
Is he? Or is he?
Nobody knows.
No one knows, right? And then we've also got Oberon, who's like an Aleph construct as well.
Yeah, he's Aleph.
So it's kind of like that overshadowing of like Aleph's input into this team. Like, is it really a Pano franchise, or is it actually an Aleph franchise?
Would you have Musashi?
Ooh, no.
Oh really? Okay. He's like the roguest of the rogues.
He's boring.
He's too rogue. Oh, he's boring.
Boring.
I can see that.
He's just like, I got 2 swords and
I go chop chop.
I'm a samurai.
Well, he could. Oh yeah. But when you start rolling the extra attacks, that's when you're like,
if
okay.
It's an alternate skin of Musashi and he looks like a badass.
Oh, you guys, the alternatives though. The alternative.
I don't even like them.
Really? Oh, okay. No. Well, that's fair. No, that's fair. It's fair.
I'm not a JSA fan either.
Yeah.
So that's probably part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I'm really hanging out because in the last unboxing video that Bostria did, he puts up the poster of the new
lineups
expansions. Yeah. And you can see the silhouette. It's in the background, and I'm really
You're holding out
that there's a Myrmidon. Because if there's a Myrmidon, like.
Because you reckon you see a Myrmidon sword in there, right?
Yeah, sword and the gauntlet, the leg armor.
Okay.
So
maybe.
Straight away.
Although we know those Myrmidons aren't always Aleph. Remember, Perseus isn't Aleph anymore. So.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear any of what he just said. Perseus doesn't exist.
You mean he exists in the best way possible because he's not Aleph.
Yeah. So if it is Perseus,
I don't think it'll be Perseus.
But if it's a rogue Myrmidon,
yeah,
it's still coming. It's still going to be joining the battles.
So no matter what kind of Myrmidon it is, you totally all of it.
He's in there. So I'm kind of hanging out to see what happens. So I kind of want to leave a gap in the team to sort of bring 2 more in. I did toy with the idea of bringing in the Chemical Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Because
you were quite interested in with Hammerhead.
Hammerhead, yeah. I really like the idea of Hammerhead, and I know a lot of people are really enjoying Hammerhead and Bachman together.
Right. Yeah.
Because Hammerhead's extremely fast and hard hitting. But
doesn't quite do it for you though, right? Yeah.
Yet again, the theme behind it, like yet again, I'm a Steel Phalanx / a Acontecimiento player. They're Hakaslam. They're really, really, really Hakaslam.
Yeah. Their theming is very Hakaslam.
I just
doesn't quite do it. No, it's fair.
It's tough. And even Luna, Luna doesn't even work for Hakaslam.
Well, she's Eugene, isn't she?
Yeah. She was Hakaslam, and she's like, see ya. So, what does that say?
I don't know. I have no opinion.
She's a legend. So, yeah, I kind of toyed with the idea. I've toyed with the idea of a couple more Bahadurs. I'd love to get Shona back in the team.
Any love for Gata?
No.
She's Pano, I believe.
She is, and she's from a Condescento. Yeah. She's cool. I definitely think she's a very cool character. Does she have a place in my team?
No.
She doesn't suit my playstyle.
It's too fast.
She's too fast. Max will accidentally break her hips.
He'll fall over and just crush her.
Yeah, he'll be like, hey guy, give me a high five. Oh, yeah. I just killed you. Oops. You know? And that's kind of the imagery as well that I have in the background, the fact that these are kind of the bastard team, is that they don't take it very seriously either.
No.
I sort of imagine these guys, when they go off, that they're just all sitting down, sort of extreme sport athlete sort of thing, they're all chugging down some beers and some whiskeys.
I don't think extreme sports athletes drink a lot of beers.
Well, yeah, I'm going Hollywood extreme sports.
Okay, fair enough.
Triple X styles. That they sort of go back in the party.
Yeah.
And then they come back to the Hexadome.
They have their champagne and their wins,
Yeah. So right now, since they came third in the Atomic Cup, I would hate to imagine what's going on in the dorms of the Bad Wolves.
So keeping its themes. That sounds like the plan for Bad Wolves.
Yeah, and just me in general. Knighthood, if you follow me on Twitter or anything Age of Sigma.
You like your narrative, yeah.
Infinity, Aristeia. I'm always it's
a story.
I'm not a power player. Yeah. I don't try to analyze and break games. I just go with
what looks cool,
thematically,
what works together in a cool way. Yeah. The rule of cool.
It's the best rule. So yeah, that's sort of the breakdown in regards of what's happening for my team. And so your team's changing quite a bit.
I'll have the team of 4 I want to put together.
The filthy 4.
And I'll have a look at what else goes well with it. I'll probably keep Gata just because I really like
Imprison,
learning how to use her. I'll probably keep Prison because having a tank would be nice.
And Lakshmi?
Probably need Lakshmi because I'm such a poor roller.
And Luna?
Unbelievable. I don't know about Luna. She's really good, but you really need to theme around her. I think she's been great in this team because of the fact I give her a lot of support with Lakshmi.
Get behind me.
I do find that Prism and Luna are okay together, but Prism doesn't really provide enough tankage for Luna. But we'll see. What I do want to do is I'll probably step outside of the all ladies theming, but then I might get alternative models for them. So I'm already thinking about what can I use or who can I use for an alternative for Mendoza. I'm thinking some kind of Jean, one of her versions maybe throw.
What about
her mobility one? Maybe mobility with a torch or something.
What about the Senator? The Nomad Senator?
That's true. It might be quite good.
That'd be pretty. And it's sort of suits it.
Something like that. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I just thought, because you're a big fan of the Riot Girls.
Yes. That's what I play in Infinity is Riot Girls. That's right.
Could you imagine if they bring out a Riot Girl tank?
That'd be too perfect. I don't think they will. But if they put out a Riot Girl, like Corvus Below, if you put out a Riot Girl, I will pre-order.
Come on,
just do it. Like put out a whole full four team of Riot Girls that all do different stuff.
I think we need to go out to the Twitter world and like
just
them to
hashtag Riot Girl Aristeia. Let's go.
Yeah. That would be sick. I would love that.
But yeah, I think what I'll do is
I'd never have it, but I'd love it.
Oh my god! Stop! I can't. It's gonna just disappoint me because it won't.
He's not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
But yeah, I think I'll step outside of like that theme, but then just find alternative models.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. But yeah, I'm really keen on Fiddler. I think she's fun. I love her story. She's like the first trans character I've ever seen in anything, any kind of game, really.
Yeah.
That I can think of. Like the first confirmed transgender character. It's in a world where like people are getting all weird and bent out of shape about, you know, too PC or not PC enough. Like she was just got this nice story where it's just part of her character. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
She's a little bit motivated by it because like Ariana, the world she was on was a little bit too conservative, so she had to go and leave to do that. But
it's all about just adaptation, right? She's just continued to adapt herself.
It's a really cool story. It touched me right here, and I was like, I want to play this character. I love techie characters. Yeah. I love turrets. I love like I'm a dwarf player. I love their like gyrocopters and their stuff. Like that was what I played in Warhammer Online. Was a dwarf with his turrets and stuff.
Yeah.
To see like a techie character in Aristeia has got me really keen to try that out too. Just everything about it's so cool. Yeah.
And she'll hopefully be arriving within the next couple of weeks. So I've pre-ordered.
Yeah, that'll be really cool.
You'll be able to test it before.
Give her a go. And I'm interested in Gaia too, actually. I don't know how. She looks really hard to play, but like really good, like really powerful. Her turret's like really interesting as like an alternative tanking mechanic. Yeah. Because you sort of teleport in, throw them at somebody, and just teleport out, and they grab you and keep you in place. So that'll be interesting.
Yet again,
it'll be really interesting to see who's good against. I think.
Check out Into the Hexadome, the podcast.
They've done an episode.
They talk about Gaia and their first.
There you go.
Podcast.
Into the Hexadome. Go listen.
And they've got they bring up some really interesting points. When I was listening, I was just like, holy shit.
Oh really?
Like, please don't ever do that. Like. Yeah. Oof. I don't want to spoil it, but go check them out. I think I've retweeted one of their tweet for when they did their first podcast. So if you jump on my profile on Twitter and you go down, you'll see the tweet from Into the Hexadome. It's just nasty.
Nasty, yeah.
It's just nasty.
And if like you'll see Fiddler in my teams, but also you're going to see Manu's Fiddler as well. He's a big fan of the turrets and the mechanics and the character as well. Yeah. So there might be a lot of Fiddler for the next league. It'd be interesting. A lot of turrets all over the board. Like, can you imagine 4 turrets concurrent? Like,
so tune in because
it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be a weird league.
Within the next month or so, there will be Fiddler here in Tempest Hexadome.
Oh yeah.
Not with the bad wolves, but with the cherry bombs.
All Fiddler, all the time.
And I'm pretty sure the Deepwater Dragons are grabbing Gaia.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna have Gaia on Deepwater Dragons. Gaia's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah.
Like getting Max just everywhere at once. It's gonna be crazy.
So as we move forward and start wrapping up the stream, we're gonna be Jason's gonna be running. I just said that.
Fiddler with Hannibal and Massacre and Hexer. Ooh, that sounds really good, actually.
I was just a bit sick.
It's too much Nomad for him.
So moving forward, we jump into regular season within the next couple of weeks. We'll be streaming weekly as per usual, but we're going to sort of try and mix things up a little bit. So we'll probably do a couple of weeks where we do games like we have been, and then we'll do 1 week where we'll do sort of a breakdown like this. So it'll be myself and James, Manu, myself, James, and Manu.
Try and do some more of these.
We'll do a couple of these and do breakdowns. So we've actually got we want to break down a couple of things together with the chat, and hopefully you guys can start driving some of the stuff as well from your end. So if there's stuff that you want us to discuss, and then you want to jump into the stream and chat with us through the stream, do. We've got, like I said, we've got a couple of ideas. We want to break down movement and talk about movement and with the different characters and some of the techniques and some of the things to be aware of, because it's obviously if you master movement, that's like most of the game.
It's an essential part of the game. Like you can play without movement. Like Max, you can play really well without a lot of movement. But even then with Max, you have to know how to move him. Like he displaces like crazy if you have your team getting shot at all the time.
Exactly, and having a team that can take the hits. But that's for another time. So next week. Tune back in and we'll have another game.
Casual game,
it'll just be a chill casual game. We'll probably try out
Fiddler. Oh, no, Fiddler's out Fridays and she's probably won't see Fiddler yet.
The week after that.
Yeah.
I believe Manu is going on holiday for a couple of weeks.
Manu's on holiday now. Everybody's going on holiday.
I just came back from holiday. Manu's going on holiday, so it's just gonna be me and James for a couple of weeks. So he's gonna probably get sick of playing against me.
Well, it's a good time for you to play other things. Please play other things.
Okay, I'll try something. And we might try and get Jason back onto the channel as well.
I think Jason was just going to try and get out here at some point.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not making things up, but I think I heard him say that.
Yeah, he just said, well, I can probably also drop by.
That'd be cool.
That would be great. And we'll try and see if we can get Conrad and Theo out.
Yeah, get Conrad and Theo
as well. It is a bit of a mission because where we live is we're in
we're in the north.
Yeah.
And they're in
we're
in King's
wall.
Landing, and we're in the north. Yeah. Real north. That's how far away.
Yeah, but it's it's awesome up here. It's great.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's quiet.
It's cold right now, but yeah. Anyway, that's what's going to be happening over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, keep tuned to our Twitter feed for all three of us. So that's at Janix, at Thunderbolts AAL, and at Knighthood. And we'll keep you guys in the loop.
So if you want good Aristeia news, get in on Knighthood. If you want pictures of artwork and stuff of Tifa, that's me right now. It's my obsession is the new remake of that game. So probably not that interesting, but get in on Knighthood if you've got Twitter. He's the guy for Aristeia right now.
And and I'll just keep sharing stuff. If you're on Facebook. If you're wanting to follow along on Facebook, we do put updates on WGC Aristeia, but we've also got New Zealand
Aristeia Facebook group.
Yeah, I think it's New Zealand Aristeia. So that's where predominantly all of our stuff goes on there. So that's not locked down to just New Zealand residents. No. That's anyone.
It's just people who are in there, can get in there. If you're outside, feel free.
And
see what we're doing.
Admiral JCJF. He also does the Heart of the Hyperpower at Blogspot, which is his blog. So he's actually done a really cool blog breakdown of the Atono Cup.
So he's done a breakdown of all of his characters individually.
Yeah.
Specifically, he's doing panel characters right now.
Yeah.
Just because that's his flavor. He really enjoys. He did his breakdown of his team as a composition, and then he's also done a breakdown of different games. Is that right?
His games in the Atono Cup. Yeah. So I believe I have linked that on my Twitter over the weekend, but I will chuck it back up there. But if you're on Facebook, he's also got a page on Facebook which is Heart of the Hyperpower as well, and it's his blog for all things Aristeia and Infinity, and he's all about Pano. So definitely check it out. A lot of you, if you're in Infinity, will know of Admiral JCJF because he's probably one of the biggest personalities in the forums.
Very large, very much in the Southern Hemisphere as well. Famous, you'll hear him on what's the podcast? The Australian guys.
White Noise.
Yep, been on White Noise. I think he's been in a few other things. He's a big player out there in Infinity.
And he's the other Warcore.
He's
Auckland. So he's our Infinity Warcore for Auckland and I'm the Aristeia Warcore for New Zealand at this stage.
So you got both your workhorses in one place.
Yeah. And so we work quite closely together in regards to especially the events moving forward. And then we've got Chris, who's on Twitter, Fathom, down south of the North Island. So he's one of our other walkers.
So he's our South Island
it's like a southern walker. So is Physio sponsoring us? Of course they are. Oh, come on, man. And yeah, so just keep tuned. And yeah, we'll keep you guys up to date. Otherwise, we'll see you back here next week if you can. We will upload this onto YouTube as well. So if you haven't already, jump onto YouTube and look for the Tempest Hexadome. And please like and subscribe.
Do the YouTube thing, please.
Yeah, do the YouTube thing. Because we want to have this channel so that you guys are getting the content that you want when it comes to Aristeia. And yeah, if there's anything we can do to make it better.
Anything we can to just grow the Aristeia scene in New Zealand, that's our big goal.
Yeah, and one day we'll get across to Australia as well and show those Aussies that
first we take Australia and we take the world. I don't know if the US does. The US maybe?
Aristeia?
Yeah, it must do. Yeah.
Yep.
The US maybe.
So,
Spain, we'll get there.
Yeah, that would be wicked if we get to Spain.
One day, maybe not in the near future, but
a couple of years. Give us a couple of years. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Cool.
Yeah. See you on the Hexadome. I was like awkwardly waiting for you to turn off the...
Yeah. Keep waving.